Imagine this. One of the most controversial figures in American politics, Donald Trump, is suddenly canceled. No, this isn't a new social media trend. It's a legal bombshell that has just rocked the political world. Why? Because the powerful former president is now facing an $80 million lawsuit from an unlikely figure, none other than the rising political star from Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré. So what does this lawsuit mean for Trump's future? And how did it all start? Stick around, because in the next 5 minutes we'll break down the shocking details, the high-stakes game at play, and what this could mean for the future of international law and politics. To understand the magnitude of this case, we need to rewind a bit and talk about the man who has taken the audacious step of suing Donald Trump, Ibrahim Traoré. Ibrahim Traoré is a name you might not be familiar with yet, but he is a force to be reckoned with in the African political scene. Traoré is the current leader of Burkina Faso, a country in West Africa that has been in the news for its dramatic political shifts over the past few years. Rising to power after leading a successful coup against the previous government, Traoré's reputation is as bold as his actions. But what does this have to do with Donald Trump, you may ask? Well, here's the twist. It turns out that Trump's international business dealings, particularly in Africa, have raised more than just eyebrows. In a stunning legal move, Traoré has accused Trump of defamation, fraud, and interference in Burkina Faso's domestic politics, actions that allegedly cost the country millions of dollars. The final blow. The lawsuit demands a whopping $80 million in damages. This is not just a legal battle. It's a fight over international reputation, political influence, and the global stage. Now let's dive into the details of the lawsuit itself. According to the legal documents, Traoré's legal team claims that Trump's company, the Trump Organization, engaged in a series of illegal business practices in Africa, which in their view have harmed not only Burkina Faso's sovereignty but also the financial stability of the country. Traoré specifically points to an alleged partnership between the Trump Organization and certain African businesses linked to natural resource exploitation. The lawsuit details how Trump's company supposedly tried to gain political favor with previous leaders in Burkina Faso by using his influence to secure contracts that were not only unethical but also detrimental to the country's long-term welfare. For example, it's been reported that there was an attempt to build a massive infrastructure project, supposedly for the benefit of the local economy. But in reality, it was designed to divert resources away from the citizens of Burkina Faso and funnel profits into Trump's pocket. As a result, Traoré claims that these actions have put Burkina Faso's national development in jeopardy. So what's been the political fallout from this lawsuit? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the media. The lawsuit has sent shockwaves through international news outlets. The question on everyone's mind: can a former U.S. president actually be held accountable for actions on foreign soil? Legal experts are divided. On one side, there are those who believe this lawsuit is a long shot, a mere PR stunt from a rising political leader trying to make a name for himself. On the other hand, some argue that this case could set a precedent for how international business dealings and foreign interference are viewed by courts in the United States. In fact, we've already seen how the Trump Organization has faced numerous legal challenges in the U.S. for its domestic dealings, but this case takes things to a whole new level. If Traoré's team can win this case, it could open the floodgates for other international leaders to take legal action against Trump and potentially against other political figures involved in international business scandals. For Donald Trump, this lawsuit is more than just a legal matter. It's a PR nightmare. We all know how much Trump values his public image, and this case could tarnish his reputation worldwide. If this lawsuit is successful, Trump could be forced to pay the $80 million in damages. But beyond that, it could trigger even more legal troubles. Other international leaders, disgruntled by Trump's dealings in their own countries, may now see Traoré's lawsuit as a blueprint for holding the former president accountable for his actions abroad. Additionally, the political fallout within the U.S. could be just as damaging. In an election year, anything that casts doubt on Trump's character or his business dealings could cost him crucial votes. And with his track record already in the spotlight, this lawsuit could be one more strike against him. So where does this leave us? What's next for Trump, Ibrahim Traoré, and the global political landscape? The case is still in its early stages, but the implications are already immense. For Traoré, this lawsuit could elevate his standing on the global stage as a leader who is willing to take on the biggest names in politics and business. For Trump, it's a battle that he can't afford to lose, not just financially, but politically as well. As we await further developments, this case could set a precedent for how political leaders and businessmen are held accountable for their global dealings. The question now is, who's next to take a stand against Trump? Now we want to hear from you. What do you think of this groundbreaking lawsuit? Could this be the beginning of a new era in global accountability for political figures? Or is it just a political stunt? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're really curious to hear your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates on this case and other political stories that could change the course of history. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.